So technically, this is attempt number 3 because I just recorded a 10-minute video, loaded it up into my editor, and my microphone was muted. It was like I'm streaming all over again. Welcome back, everyone, to another video. The developers have officially responded to all the talk that we've been having the past couple of days now about the new patch. Boy, oh boy, is there a lot of comments, there's a lot of talk, debates, arguments in some cases about this. At the end of the day, we all want this game to be good, right? We're all fans of Space Marine 2. Let's stop attacking each other. I know people have different ideas and opinions on how the game should be, but at the end of the day, we're all massive fans of this Space Marine franchise. We want this game to be the biggest thing that has ever been for the 40k IP. Now, I'm definitely going to hold my hands up at the start of this video before we jump into the actual developer response and say the video that I put out today it wasn't the best way of getting my point across. Now, a lot of people watched that video or watched bits of that video and thought that I was trashing on the lethal and the ruthless difficulties. You know, I was getting people saying, oh, get good Valrak, the skill issue and stuff like that, which is, you know, a fair response, but that is not what I was trying to get across. I've absolutely enjoyed playing lethal and ruthless. Like, I've nearly completed all the lethal difficulties already, and every game mode has added that little bit more spice, that hard element to it, which really makes you think, really adds different levels of teamwork, which I've personally enjoyed. What the point I was trying to make is, with that new lethal difficulty came a balance rework where some things then made it more difficult for the more casual players who weren't playing in those higher tier of game modes. For example, right, the Melter Bomb. The Melter Bomb did receive a nerf against bosses. Some people have been saying to me it is needed because you can more or less one-shot a boss, and in a way, I do agree with it. But there's also another argument to that, like getting a Melter Bomb, getting a team together, organizing who goes in first, who goes in second, getting that teamwork to go, actually getting the mob in one spot so you can activate your Melter Bomb, right? You can argue that this does require some skill levels, some teamwork to actually go to that. I fully agree that in the higher end modes where like you're fighting against bosses, I do think the Melter Bomb should have that 70% damage reduction because you want that game to be harder. You want to challenge yourself, right? So maybe what the devs can do is, if you play a certain mode, maybe certain balance reworks work for a certain level, and the more higher you go, maybe that is when we experience like weapons do maybe a little bit less damage, so it makes it a little bit harder for yourself, so it gives you a little bit more of a challenge, and that way when you complete the mission, you're rewarded like, hey, look, I've done this when this weapon was doing this amount of damage and that amount of damage, and I still managed to complete it. I am that good at this game, right? That is what I was, you know, trying to allude to on trying to get my point across. So I completely understand why people took that in the wrong way. I am not trying to smash you, let's say, competitive players down at all. I want all the difficulty in this game. I just don't want it to really start affecting the casual players who want nothing to do with that type of high level type of game mode. Now, on to the official response from the developers. Now, somewhere on the screen, I'm going to read the developer response real quick, and we'll have a little talk about that. This was posted over on their Discord, but I think they posted it on like Twitter and their other social media platforms as of now. So the community manager posted over on Discord, "Dear Space Marines, we've closely read your feedback regarding the latest patch for Space Marine 2. We're actively working on another one, including balancing fixes. It should release next week. Again, thank you for your support." So developers are actively taking feedback on at the moment, which is a great thing. Now, I know this would probably come across as like Valrak's ass kissing again, shill rack in full effect, but props to the developers. They're actually out there, right? They're reading the feedback, and by the way, there's some spicy feedback out there. Like, if you go on the Steam forums, if you go on some of the social media platforms, there's some absolute spicy replies. So for the developers to go out there, read all this, take it all on, and hopefully, you know, try and make the game as, I don't know, playable. I say playable, as fun for the majority of people they can. Hopefully they can do that. I know there's a lot of things to talk about when we talk about balance stuff. Like someone said to me in the previous video, this night, I forgot who it was, this Night Lord player, Valrak, I've watched you stream the game. All you do is play with a melter gun because you're an absolute Iron Warrior loser. And that made me laugh because he's right. All I do is play with a melter gun because that is where I get the satisfaction in the game. I absolutely love bolters. I love stalker bolters, bolt carbines, heavy bolt rifles, the Hellstorm bolter, you know, anything that's got bolter in it, heavy bolters, like, I love all that. As a Son of Dawn, that's what I'm all about. It's all about the bolter drill. We had a rule dedicated to us for that. But I personally feel in Space Marine 2, the bolters are so underwhelming, they underperform, that it's just not worth taking. If we can get maybe like a balance rework on bolters where it feels great when you start just spraying into the Tyranid foe or the Chaos Heretical foe, and it just does more damage or maybe just makes a better impact in game, I would happily drop the melter gun. I would love to take up my bolt rifle again. Technically, one of the bolters is probably one of the most broken weapons in the game, with the one with the grenade launcher, but I'm not going to get into that in this one. People start coming from my head. Basically, right, all I want to get across in this video is that the developers have responded, okay, which I personally think is a good thing, and I want to apologize just in case I ruffled your pants in a wrong way in today's video, because I know a lot of people took it the wrong way. That was not my intention. I was just trying to say that was please someone think of the casual players. That is it. I'm not trying to take away your lethal difficulty. I enjoy your lethal, your ruthless, everything like that. I love it all. You know, that is not my intention. Anyway, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, leave it down below, and we can have a nice little chin wag down there as we always do. See ya. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and just purge in the name of the Emperor, right? The Emperor is everything, and we are his weapon.